This is Aidan's Toy Trove. I'm here today with a big box of a Breyer Horses. This is how big the box is. So that you can see, it's been living in my living room for quite some time now. And I just kind of unburied it, and it has some nicer models in it. So what I would like to do is to start going through it and pick some to list. I have limited time, so I kind of pick and choose what to get listed at any given time. I try not to list duplicates. This one's really nice. Look at that. Ooh, beautiful bluegrass bandit. And some of it depends on my time too, because some models need a lot of washing, like they're really dirty or they have black marks, and sometimes I just don't have time for that. Typically, what I have found is, even though I will see a clean model and think, hey, this one's ready for pictures, ready for listing, and then I take pictures of it. It looks okay, but I'm not happy with the pictures because it has some dust or lint on it, and then I end up taking like a half hour editing the photos just to get that dust and the lint out of the picture. So if I had just kind of gotten up and washed the model to begin with, then I would have saved myself time taking pictures. But I really sometimes I enjoy washing them, and sometimes it's just not something that I want to deal with. So these guys, I'm hoping for an assortment to list. I think this guy's one of the legacy foals. I know you can't see them too great with the camera over there. Just my setup here isn't the greatest. This is the couch in my living room where I do a lot of work at home. I work from a laptop computer, so I use my laptop computer on the couch, and then to the left of me that you can't see is my photo tent, which has the lights and just some poster board for the background. And then to the right over here by the arm of the couch right there, that's where I set up the tripod with our camera. It's a Canon EOS 70D, which is an SLR camera. It's really nice. And I use my phone with it because I'm not very good at photography, and using the phone app to control it has been wonderful for me, because I don't need to know how to work the camera. All I have to do is be able to open that app, change the exposure, change the ISO, and hit the button on the phone, and bam, my picture is taken. So totally awesome. So these guys that I'm pulling out here, I think these can be listed. One of the reasons that I'm doing this right now is that I spend a lot of time in a retail store, and things in a retail store have been pretty quiet. So I like to have photos to edit and listings to make so that my time spent in the retail store is productive. Now this guy, I can't remember what his name is. He's part of one of the legacy sets. He's the buckshot mold, but if you look right here, he has coyotes or wolves or dogs of some sort. He's like a spirit horse, and here there's also dogs. This guy is super cool. He's not one of my favorite molds, but this is like a really awesome pattern that I love. See that wolf there? Isn't that cool? I just think it's really neat. So hopefully this stack that I'm making right here will be what I take pictures of. And then my goal is to also have them conditioned by the time I go to the store, but sometimes that doesn't happen, so I end up bringing a tote of model horses to the store to condition, and I condition them at the store, and then I bring them back home, which is kind of a pain in the butt. So hopefully I can get that all done this morning. Before I leave for the store, I leave for the store typically around 10, but I can tell I'm not going to make it out of here by 10 because it's 9:15 already. And then on my way to the store, I like to play a little bit of Pokemon on my phone. Catch a couple Pokemon, put a couple Pokemon in gyms, and then I like to get to the store around 10:30. Our store opens at 11, but I like to open it a little early, especially now that the weather is nice. A lot of people go downtown and they're there early, so I try to get to the store early. These guys are all really nice. One of the other things that I should be keeping in mind, but I probably am not, is that some of these horses have pictures taken on blue backgrounds, and some of them have pictures taken on white backgrounds. So it's easier when I just have all one background color to do, so I don't have to switch that background in and out. My preference is for white because it gives the truest color of the model, in my opinion. The blue background is wonderful, and it has to be used for models that have a lot of white, like Appaloosas or Pintos or Alabasters. Woo, here's one that has to use blue. But it can leave a bit of a bluish cast on the white, and it can also, it kind of dulls the colors on, say like a Palomino, ends up not being that beautiful bright golden Palomino color on a blue background, and it also makes the horse look more white. So I'm really careful if any model has any like off-white to it, then I also take a picture of it on a white background so that the buyer knows exactly what they are getting. That has been our big thing on eBay. Has been describing the models down to the littlest flaws whenever possible. And that's kind of one of the reasons that we will not be selling on eBay past May of 2018, because Breyer will no longer, not Breyer, sorry Breyer, eBay will no longer allow us to mark our photos, indicating that they're ours, and it's very, very important to us for our buyers to know exactly which horse they're getting, and it's not okay for people to be able to use our photos and say that, you know, hey, this is the model that we're selling, even though it's not. So that's the reasoning there. Piling up here. I thought I would just pull a couple out of this box, but you know what? I think I'll just go ahead and we'll just pull all these. I definitely won't get pictures of all these done today, and definitely not all the condition. But it's always kind of a bit of a treasure hunt to see what is in these boxes, because some of these have been boxed for quite some time. These have been unwrapped and inspected after shipping, and then we've put them in these little bubble bags, so you can tell that they have been handled by myself before, but they have not been listed. So coming down to the last few, well, I hope the last few. This cute little family raven foal, and this really pretty chestnut. He's got such a rich color, gorgeous shading, and I'm sorry, I'm sure the volume on this is really low. I can't, well, I don't have the ability to add a microphone to my phone because it's got the lightning port. It's an iPhone. So, yeah, that's a problem. And then I was boosting the volume within the YouTube editor, and then they took away the YouTube editor, so I can't boost the volume in the YouTube editor anymore. So I downloaded this editing program that I'm still learning, but the issue with that is that I have to pull the video from my phone down to the computer so that I can edit it, and then I have to upload the finished video to YouTube, so it ends up taking a lot more time. So I'm not sure where we're going to go video-wise. It's just been a really big hassle to get videos off of my phone, especially the big ones. They don't sync with iTunes, and I can't download them off iCloud. So I don't know, I might try Dropbox, or I really have no idea. But videos have been getting harder and harder for me to do, and I think these two little guys are set. That's why I have them together. So again, I apologize. I know it's kind of hard to hear, especially over all this packing, and then on top of that, my husband works an opposite schedule as me, so I try not to talk super loud because he's sleeping while I'm working, and I don't want to wake him up, so I don't want to raise my voice too much while he's sleeping, because he is in fact sleeping right now. He doesn't usually get up until, I don't know, 11 or so. So I'm just going to unpack all these models, and then I'm going to sort them by the color background that they need, and then I'll either do all the ones with blue or all the ones with white. I'll do the pictures, hopefully condition them, and then get to the store. But I think what's going to happen is I'll get the pictures done for one background, and then we'll have to pack these guys back up, bring them to the store, and do conditioning at the store. And one of the other problems that we've been having is we're so backlogged with our workload and our model horses is these horses are getting listed, which is wonderful. Great, thank you all you wonderful buyers. But after they are listed, they get put back in these bubble bags, and then they go into little totes. And in those totes, they wait to be packed and then binned into our official storage bins, which are in the garage. But we haven't had time to do the packing on those, so there's just a whole bunch of mail totes all over the house full of these horses, and we don't have them in an organized system until they are inventoried into the garage. So we basically have to go through every mail tote when something sells to see where the model horse is, and it's really kind of a pain in the butt. Ooh, look at this one. This is, I don't know what your name is, Showtime or something. This is the glossy version. Oh, Once Upon a Time, I think is his name. Pretty pretty. And his face is also in here, but I'm not going to take that out. Oh, I keep eyeing the clock, and yeah, there's no way I'm finishing this. The ethereals, I don't think I'll do the ethereals now because I have their bases somewhere, and I don't know where their bases are, so I'm going to just leave these guys to have their pictures taken later when I have their bases and their COAs. One of the things with ethereals is they come with a resin base that's really heavy and then a wooden base that's also really heavy. So some people might just prefer not to have the base, but that's not an option I can do on eBay. Like, I can't list it with the base and then have you say, hey, can you ship this without the base for cheaper shipping, because then I'm out of seller protection. So that's something that we could probably work through the website if you'd like cheaper shipping. Like, this one isn't one of the ethereals I'm talking about. I'm talking about earth, fire, wind, and water. This is a BreyerFest special run, I think, Times Square, who's super cool. Look at that, he's got kind of raised, glittery firework paint on him. Very cool. So that was the last horse in the box. I'm going to take pictures of these as fast as I can, and then I'm going to skedaddle and get out to the store. Thanks for watching.